Hello class, let us continue the lesson Bones and Muscles. In part 1 we have already studied about the skeletal system. Now we have to study about the joints and the muscular system. Joints. The most fascinating thing about the skeleton is that even though if it is strong and rigid, it can bend and move. This is possible because of the way the bones are joined. Joints are the places where two bones are joined together. The bones at the joints are held together by strong stretchy bands called ligaments. Different joints allow different types of movement. Only the joints in the skull do not move. So you all know that the skeleton or the bones are very strong and rigid. It can bend and move. The bones are able to bend and move because of the presence of joints. The bones are joined by the joints at certain places in the skeleton system. What are joints actually? So the joints are the places where two bones meet together. The two bones are joined together by joints. There are different types of joints in our skeleton system. The bones at the joints are held together by ligaments. These ligaments are strong and stretchy bands. There are stretchy bands which will keep the two bones together. Those are known as the ligaments. Different joints will allow different types of movements. But in case of skull, the joints are not able to move. Only the joints in the skull do not move. Whereas the lower jaw, in case of skull bone, are able to move. There are different kinds of movable joints present in the body. It may be like the hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, gliding joint. Let us study about the hinge joint. This hinge joint is strong and it allows only back and fro movement. Can you see the hinge here? Hinge of a door? Yes, it will allow the door to move forward and backward. Likewise, these joints are present in our knee and elbows. So, in the elbow and the knee, we can see the hinge joint. The knee and elbow can be moved back and forth, front and back, isn't it? Yes. So the hinge joint will allow back and forth movement. It is present in our knees and elbows. Ball and socket joint. The name itself here indicates that the bone here has a ball-like structure at one end. So the end of one of the bones is round like a ball, and it will fit into the hollow part or the socket of one more bone. This joint will allow movement in all directions. So it is present in the hip and the shoulder joints. So can you see the bone here? Yes, in our arm. So this bone will have a rounded end, and this rounded end will fit into the shoulder bone. And you can move your hand in all directions. In the hip also, where the leg bone is fixed, in that region also, ball and socket joint is present. So ball and socket joint is present in hip and in the shoulder joints, or then hands where it will join the shoulder bone. pivot joint. So the joint between the first and the second vertebrae of the backbone is the pivot joint, and it is helpful in order to turn our head from left to right, and also you can move up and down. So where is pivotal joint present? It is present in the second vertebrae of the backbone, and it is fixed to the head. It will allow our head to turn left to right. At the same time, it will help us to move our head up and down. Gliding joint, the bones here can slide over each other. Here in the joint, the bones can slide over each other. It is present in the wrist region and ankle. It allows side to side movement as well as backward and frontward movement. So this gliding joint is present in the wrist and ankles. It will allow side to side movement as well as backward and frontward movement. Now you all understood about the different types of joints present in the bones. Which are the different types of joints? Hinge joint, ball and socket joint, pivot joint, gliding joint. Hinge joint is present in the elbows and knee. Ball and socket joint is present in the hip and the shoulder joint. Pivot joint is present in the head region, and gliding joint is present in the wrist and ankles. Let us study about the muscular system. By now, you all know that the bones cannot move by themselves. Of course, the joints which are present in between the bones will help the bones to move. At the same time, the muscles attached to the bones will pull the bones in order to make them move. So, what helps the bones to move? The muscles attached to the bones will help the bones to make them move. There are more than 640 muscles in our body. How many muscles are there in our body? There are more than 640 muscles in our body. So together they will make up about 40% of our body weight. That means even the muscles will play an important role in making up our body. And they make up about 40% of our body weight. Muscles are made up of tough elastic tissues. The tissues which make up the muscles are very tough as well as they are elastic. They can be stretched. They can move. They can contract and relax. They are attached to the bones by tough bands of tissues called the tendons. So what are tendons? Tendons are the tissues. They are bands of tissues which will make the bones get attached to the muscles. So tendons will connect bones to the muscles. The tissues which connect the bones to the muscles are the tendons. Muscles can only pull at the bones. They cannot push. Of course, muscles can pull the bones, but they cannot push the bones. So, two muscles are needed to move a bone. At least two muscles must be there in order to pull the bone. For example, in our arm we have two muscles named biceps and triceps. So that will help our lower arm to move up and down. When we try to raise our arm, the biceps in front will become shorter. That means it will contract and it will pull up the arm. So can you see in this picture? This is the picture of our arm which shows the biceps muscles and the triceps muscles. So the biceps in front will become shorter when you raise your hand. So it contracts and it will pull the arm up. To lower the arm, the triceps at the back will contract and pulls the arm down. See here, the biceps contract when you lower the arm, when you put your hand down, so the triceps will contract. So in the hand you have, in the arm you have two types of muscles, biceps and triceps. Kinds of muscles. So there are mainly two kinds of muscles, voluntary muscles and involuntary muscles. You can raise or lower your arm. You can kick with your leg or write with your hands whenever you want. Isn't it, children? Whenever you wish to do something with your leg, if you want to kick a ball or if you want to write something with your hands, then if you wish to do, it will do it. The muscles help in doing the work. So the muscles which control the movements are under your control. So these type of muscles are known as voluntary muscles. That means these muscles are under your control. If you wish, you can do whatever you want with the help of your muscles. Those muscles are the voluntary muscles. But some muscles are there in the body which are not under your control. It works as it is with the organs. For example, the movement of the stomach or the movement of the intestine are not under our control. So they are called as involuntary muscles. The muscles are not under our control. These muscles work on their own. They are known as involuntary muscles. And it is also found in the walls of the blood vessels. Blood vessels are the part of circulatory system. One more special muscle is there that is known as the cardiac muscle. The muscles of the heart is said to be cardiac muscles. It is a special kind of tough muscles and it is also involuntary. That means it is not under our wish or it is not under our control. It works throughout our lifetime without getting tired. So cardiac muscles are a special kind of tough muscles. It will work right from the time of birth of the baby till the end of the life. So cardiac muscles are important muscles as well as a special kind of tough muscle. Did you all understand the lesson, children? Hope everybody understood the lesson, bones and muscles.